Hi, I'm Roland Nanzi, founder of New Home Sales Plus. I am so honored to have one of my best friends in the new home sales industry here, Alexis Udine from Group 2. Hey, Alexis, how are you?
Best friend. Wow, I'm so honored to have that role. I'm great. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, yeah, it's true. We've known each other
A
for a
long
long, long
time.
time. So yes, I can't wait for our audience to get to know you better. And I'm going to ask our famous 7 questions, and I'll start the timer then.
All right.
Before
Sounds
I
good.
do that, yeah, good. Before I do that, if I can read your extensive bio, so people get a feel for who you are, and then we'll get started. Sound good?
That sounds lovely.
All right. Well, thank you. All right. So let me make it extra big and put my glasses on here, make the writing big. So Alexis Udine is a builder marketing manager with Group 2 and the director of Group 2 online sales coaching. For over a decade, Alexis has dedicated her career to the launch, growth, and success of home builder sales and marketing programs around the country. I know so many people to work with you and are really excited about what you've shared with them. She is thrilled to offer a fresh, proven approach to online sales coaching that meets the needs of today's new home buyers. Alexis has gone through extensive training programs for both online and on-site new home sales. I'm only chuckling because when was it that
You're
I
one of
trained you?
them,
Yeah,
right?
when was it? 10 years ago with
Yeah, almost 8 to 10 years ago. Yes. So
Incredible. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, she is a licensed realtor, holds a master's degree in education, which is very impressive, and has personally been through the home building process herself twice. Because of her unique, well-rounded experience and solution-driven approach, today Alexis is regarded as an industry authority on merging online sales and marketing programs to drive exceptional home builder success. All right. So Alexis, lovely to have you on the program here on the podcast. Let me turn over this and we're going to start. Sound good?
yeah,
All
sounds
right.
great.
Are you ready for the egg timer? Here
I'm
it
right.
is.
We have to behave because we're both, like you said, we're talkers. We could
We're
be going.
very chatty, very loquacious. We could go on forever. All right, I'm cutting into your time. So Alexis, first of all, what sets you apart from other experts in your field?
Well, a couple things I'll say. First is, and I'm not saying, not everyone's high energy, but I'm extremely high energy.
Yes.
I like to, I'm very passionate about what I do. And I think that energy and that positive attitude comes across in my training.
Definitely.
We see different markets. I've been in the industry since 2008. I've seen good markets, bad markets, crazy markets, and market
Right.
shifts. And you always have to kind of hold your composure and keep a positive attitude and have a positive outlook. So
Yeah.
I always try to bring that high energy and keep the people that I'm working with, give them the spirit that I have all the time and bring that to the
Good.
training.
Yeah.
Another thing is I've been with Group 2 almost 15 years now, which is
I didn't
actually
know
crazy.
that. Really?
Yes,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
crazy to say. And so started really, obviously working in marketing, which I love, and I'm still doing day to day with my clients. But I recently launched the online sales program, and that's something that I do. And I really think what makes me a little different is I'm able to really concentrate on marketing and online sales and the merge of the two to
Mhm.
make sure that the marketing that we're putting out to our customers and our prospects is really aligned with what our OSCs are saying and what our
Sure.
online messages are. So I really
Yeah.
like the capability to have those completely synced and streamlined so they feel
Sure.
consistent and on brand and they're not separate. And then
Perfect.
the other thing is, I gotta say this. You mentioned my master's in education. I left for the industry for a little bit to go back and said I want to teach,
Oh,
and
really?
I taught K through 6 very, very briefly.
Oh, sounds
My
wonderful.
passion was in home sales and marketing and all that.
Sure.
So I, for 10 years, was paying off my master's degree. And I said, oh man, I never use this, but I feel like I use it every day in my coaching.
Yes.
It is truly lovely to be able to take that education that I learned and apply it to the people that I work with, the teams that I work with. And I
Perfect.
also think it's made me a stronger public speaker.
I
So
really
I
do.
like having that education and that, all that I learned and being able to apply it to what I do today.
Perfect. I'm tearing up the rest of the questions. I think you answered everything in one there. That was great. But there's so many great things to unpack. I agree. You have great passion and excitement. I'm an excitable person too.
Yes.
But sometimes I'll apologize if it's too much. But I think that passion is what drives us. And when you're teaching others, I think people are inspired by that. That's the feedback I get. Or about you, of course, and having a master's in education. It sounds like this is really your
I
something
love
that,
it.
that
I
that
love it.
drives you. Yeah.
Yeah, one thing
vocation.
I don't like to do is I don't like to talk to people, right? I like it to really kind of engage and have this
Sure.
back and forth. So that's something that I really try to do when I'm kind of
Mm.
doing my training.
Talk with them. Perfect. With the shifting market, Alexis, what are your top tips?
Oh my goodness. All right, we've been talking a lot about this. I feel like I sound like a broken record, but in today's market, you can't be passive. What you did in the last 2 years is no longer going to work. And
There we go.
so, yeah, that's the main thing, right? You can't just sit back and wait for those leads to come in. It's more about the outbound and the prospecting. And so, you might not be getting 10 phone calls a day, but guess what? I want you making 20 phone calls a day to your prospect list, right? So about the outbound, about being proactive, and not really just reserving yourself to just email anymore. And I'm talking when it comes more to obviously nurturing leads. You can't just send the emails. You need to be making phone calls, sending your text
Sure.
messages, doing your video emails. So just really doing more.
Mhm.
And in different ways, because right now we can't just sit back and send the email and just sit back and wait for them to reply. So it's really
Good.
about the outbound and the variety of ways that we're
Good.
communicating with our prospects right now.
I totally agree. I think that what worked even 3 months ago has changed. Has changed so much with the interest rates going up. That's a whole
Yeah.
different feeling out there, right?
And you have
Okay.
to be, you have to understand that, like you have to be the voice of education, right? So people are scared. Buying a home is a big decision. What can we do to educate them, and how can we make them feel more comfortable? So I think our attitude as we're talking to these customers is very vital too in succeeding in this market.
Great, great, excellent tips. The theme of the retreat, which you are a guest speaker at, you and Leah and Heidi are going to be
Yes,
working
I'm
with the
so
online
excited.
sales counselors. Yeah, on the beach. You're coming down to the beach in November, so it's going to be wonderful. But the theme of the retreat is better together. So what does that mean to you? What does better together mean to you?
Oh gosh. Well, first of all, I'm a people person, right? I love being with people. I love spending time with people. I'm particularly interested in seeing Leah and Heidi. I work with them, I speak to them, but to be in person with them, I think is going to be strong because, we all have experience in this role, and to be able to come together to share our different, viewpoints and stuff, I think it's going to be great for everyone attending. So I thrive off of relationships, and I think being in person with so many industry experts is going to be fabulous, not to mention the material at hand. I mean, you're combining OSC, sales, management, marketing. I mean, it's just, I think bringing all those experts together at one retreat is just going to be something that people can't miss.
Good.
So I think better together is what it sounds like. And I think it's just going to make everyone who attends a
Yeah.
stronger salesperson, marketer, whatever they might be.
Thank you for that. That when we had when that idea came to us, really of combining the sales and online sales counselors training, we just realized that wait a minute, why would you do it separately? There's so much overlapping in what we do. We don't want to have different sort of teams on different sides. They should be all together as a team rather. It reminds me when you were a kid, if this happened where when you go to a party, a disco when I was a young 13-year-old, and the boys are on one side and the girls are on the other side, and maybe somebody's brave enough to go and meet in the middle. That's a weird metaphor perhaps, but I feel that way with training, that online sales and sales belong together, and that handing the baton over back and forth, and those things are so important. Well, good. Let's get personal now. We still have time left on our egg timer, so we're doing fine. Yeah, absolutely. Shockingly, we're on time. So movie, TV, or books, which is your
Oh
preference?
goodness. Well, I have 3 children, so I try to find the time to do a little bit of everything, but I would say I only read books on vacation, probably when I'm
Yes.
without my children. So I'm going to go with TV.
Okay. And then what is your favorite TV show
Oh
and
gosh.
why?
I hope people don't judge me on this. All right. I'm into like murder mysteries and true
Okay.
crime. So I don't know what that says about me. I
I
love
don't know.
Dateline and 2020 and all that stuff.
Oh,
So
do you?
right now I was watching a documentary called The Staircase on Netflix, and HBO
Oof.
Max just made a remake of it.
Oh,
Again,
really?
I'm not a dark person, as you know, but
No. But
I
everyone has
tend
their
to
thing.
really get into these true crime stories, and Netflix does lots of documentaries, sorry.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then
Documentaries. I like those.
a lot
Kind
of
of
people
French.
also oh yeah, a lot of people make shows off of them, so I've been kind of like binging them when I can.
Yeah.
I'm also finishing up Ozark.
Oh,
last season.
I
It's
can tell you
not.
what happens. I can ruin it all. No, actually, it's too complicated. I won't tell you. I
I
watched it all. I didn't realize I was watching the last one. It ended, I thought, and I went for the next one. I said, oh, that was the ending.
I
So
have to say I shouldn't watch it before bed because then I
no,
don't.
I decided that was true. It's so dark, and I agree. You have to watch it in the early evening and then watch something light afterwards. It's just
Totally. So
even
that's
the
a great.
color is gray.
What I'll do is I'll watch Ozark and then I'll put on Shark Tank. Shark Tank is
There
another
we
thing
go.
I cannot get enough of.
It's funny.
So
John Lee said that in my interview with him. It must be something entrepreneurs love. I enjoy it too. I've
great
learned a
show.
lot from it. I think in the mind of how these sharks think. It's very interesting.
Definitely. I can't get enough of that. I've been watching that since it's been out. So that's my go-to.
All right. And then what is your favorite pastime when not working?
Oh goodness, pastime. So I'm a Jersey girl. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm born and raised in New Jersey. Lived here.
Good
Actually
thing.
the
It's a
town
great
that
thing.
I grew up in, I still live in, and built a new construction home here. But I would
Yeah.
say, growing up, I spent a lot of time at the Jersey Shore. Not like
Really?
a TV show, not
Oh,
like
come
anything
on.
you saw on MTV. No.
What's the guy's name? He's got
Oh
the what's,
gosh,
what's his name? I
I
forgot
don't
it.
even
We
remember.
used to watch it when it came out 10 years ago or
There was
whatever.
like the situation and
The
all that.
Situation. That's my guy. The Situation.
That's not the Jersey Shore that I grew up on. So we used to go there. My grandparents actually had a house, and when I just think of, back on lovely memories, it's like spending time there with my family
Oh,
at the beach.
nice.
And
Yeah.
we get to do that now. My family now goes down back to the Jersey Shore with my children, so I get to experience the lovely upbringing that I had as a child. Now my kids
Really. What is
experience.
that? Rehoboth Beach? Is
No,
that
so
the
that's Delaware. So
Oh, is
Jersey
that
would
Delaware?
be like Brigantine, Ocean
Okay.
City,
Oh, okay.
Margate,
Ocean
those
City.
kind
Okay,
of
that's it. Ocean
those
City.
kind
Yes.
of
Yeah.
shore towns. So
Yeah.
we're lucky to be about 45 minutes away. So
Oh,
on a
nice.
Friday, I jump in my car, spend the weekend there.
Beautiful.
And
Oh, wait a minute. We
oh,
are out of time, but I'll allow you
oh,
one more question because
okay.
you're a fascinating person to listen to. What you sort of answered this actually at the beginning. So what do your students most enjoy about you?
So yes to what we said in the beginning, the positive attitude, the energy, the passion, but I have to say the relationships.
Okay.
And this doesn't go just with like
Nice.
people that I'm training and the online role, but also the builders I work with. Is like relationship building is so important to me, and I develop these really strong relationships with everyone I work with. I care about
Sure.
their goals and their success. It becomes my
Sure.
success, and I think
Sure.
that's something that is a testament to how much I care.
Yeah.
But I'm friends with builders and people that I train, and I think that is what people enjoy, the relationship.
Perfect. It's perfect, especially in the market we're in right now, where people don't want this sort of aggressive approach. That they do want to know that you care about them, whether you're teaching online sales or your marketing and bridging that gap as you talked
Yeah.
about. It's important that the builders know that you care about them. So that's wonderful. Alexis, it has been a pleasure chatting. I will look forward to seeing you on the beach in Clearwater. It's not Atlanta.
I
You're not the
know.
Jersey Shore.
I
The
know.
ocean will be 79 degrees in November. That's
And
what they predict.
it won't be brown in color. No, I'm just
No, it'll be clear, and you'll watch the sunsets at about 6:30 at night after the day of training. So we can't wait to see you down there on the beach.
sounds lovely. Can't wait to be there. And thank you for having me today.
Thank you so much. It's always fun and pleasure. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.